actually prefer moving blankets rather than a creeper. I'm going to pull the rear gear. We thought we had a transmission problem. Transmission's not the problem. I think we may have committed the cardinal sin. We got this rear end in there. The rear end is wanting to bind up. I think the rear end was low on grease, gear oil, however you want to put that, gear lube. And I think we may have found the gear. Yeah, cardinal sin, something you don't do. Always, as Sleeper Dude says, check your rear end. Apparently we didn't. They get a pan, catch what little grease I'm sure is in it. It's only a $600 mistake. Then you jump. Jump galore, but no drain pan. Not a drain pan in sight. Plenty of jump though. Wow. C.A. Jones, glad to have you in here. Can't see all the comments coming back and forth. We appreciate everybody jumping in. Good to have you, Draco Morettes, or whatever your name is. I can't see it real good from where I'm at, but we tried. It's a little race car we're going to try to work on tonight. See if we can get the rear gear figured out. All right, we can do that, Cody. Appreciate it. A whole lot easier. We'll be under here, so I ain't gonna be able to see what you're saying. I'll be back out in a minute. Amazing. Absolutely nice. All the way. Now, let's see. There's any at all here with this thing. Oh, that tells me the whole truth. Check your gear loop, guys. Check your gear loop. Ah, this cost me $600. Well, gonna have to get another set of gears, guys. Gears are junk, and I ain't even got them out yet. I already know. Already know. One axle out. Go to the other side and pull it. I'll be right back. Ready for this? Get all my valve grinding equipment moved out of the way. See if I can get y'all moved. Just a touch. You can even see up there now. On the bench. Probably get me a rag under this thing. More than likely it's gonna leak off. But the gears really don't look that bad. I think it's just dry. Look at it, Nick. That's what happens when you forget to check your rear end grease, boys. Yeah, they chewed up on the backside. Yep. That's what happens. Right there, see that? What happens when you forget to put oil in them. Right there. The front side's got a little bit in it. Yep. That's what happens. You better put oil in your gears. As my dad used to say, better put some gear grease in it. So, needless to say, we all failed on that. Yep. Luckily, it wasn't a $2,000 transmission. It was about a $200 set of gears. So we'll check the bearings and all of that, because we'll probably run these back out to the man that built these gears and have him double check and get us a new set of gears coming. So have him check our bearings and everything. We may have to put new bearings in it. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. No sense in crying over spilt milk or spilt gear oil or rear end grease, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. It broke, but it is what it is. All right, guys and gals and all my pals, that's what you get. Lack of maintenance, the old boy says, lack of maintenance. So, gear oil had 0 drops in it. We didn't check the gear oil. It turns all right, but here, see how it's scalloping right here on the front side, right in the center, doing the same thing. That's just a sign of no oil. Lucky. Well, we're just lucky that the transmission did what it did when it did it, or it was going to cost us big time. So, still going to cost us, but it ain't going to cost near as much as it would have if it had a blowed up, burned up, locked up, you know. It wouldn't have made it far. Maybe a couple of laps, if that. She would have smoked. Anyhow, just what it is. Can't cry over spilt milk or lack of gear grease. D44. That's what they said. D44. Yeah, well, we didn't, it would have hurt it more, but we didn't make any laps. So, get some light on right here. But anyhow, it would have hurt it more, but it what like I say, the transmission was giving us trouble, and clutch wasn't working right, and wound up being a master cylinder, went bad. So with these transmissions, they are a full-blown racing transmission, which is direct drive, but you mash the clutch pedal in, you put it in forward or reverse, and then you mash the clutch down to engage clutches to cause your vehicle to go forward or back. And it wasn't working properly. It worked fine here when we get to the racetrack, and then it didn't want to work right. It couldn't even get up enough speed to even put it in high gear. So needless to say, that saved us from just totally destroying that rear end. So right now, more than likely, the bearings, we'll check those, but the bearings will probably be okay. But you know, they may need changed anyway. But at least a ring and pinion, so that's not near as bad. A couple $100 for a ring and pinion, and maybe another $100 for some bearings, if that. I don't know that it cost $100, but I mean, that's a whole lot cheaper than what it could have been, because it could have been bad. Get that thing up to speed, and then it lock up on you, and then slide you into the wall, tear the car up. So could have been real bad. So could have broken pinion. I've broke pinions, twisted pinions in two before when a bearing go bad. Had that happen in a car. Bearing went bad, and I just kept running. I didn't know it was bad. I just kept racing, and the pinion broke in two. Got so hot it twisted in two, and lost it. It blowed a chunk out of the back. It blowed the part out of the back of the rear end on that one. Had to get a whole new housing for that one. This was, we're talking 30 something years ago. And but that's okay. At least now we know. So it is a big deal, but it ain't a big deal. So we'll get it fixed. So if you want to race, you better know what to do. I see Tony's Hot Rod Garage is in there tonight. Good to have you, man. Appreciate you jumping in. We're just out here chilling right now. I've been working on this dirt car over here. Pulled a set of gears out of it. We'll have to replace some gears, but that's okay. Thought it was going to be a transmission, and the transmission's more expensive, so it wound up being the rear gear. So, I don't know how many people we got in here tonight. Can I tell you my take on life? Well, life's hard, and life a lot of time is what you make out of it, and if you don't put effort into it, you'll never get anywhere. You sit around waiting on somebody to do it for you, it won't happen. You got to get up, put some sweat equity into it, get your hands dirty and get to work. And as far as life, real true life, you got to make sure your heart and your soul is right with the Lord Jesus Christ. And if not, it's going to be a bad take for you at the end of life. So you got to make sure your life is right with the Lord Jesus Christ. Because I'm going to tell you, without it, at the end of this life, when you step over into the next one, there's only two places you're going to go. You're going to go to heaven, or you're going to go to hell. You got to pick a place. And hell ain't a fun place. Hell's not a good place. Because in the Bible, Luke chapter 16, you'll read it to where Jesus himself talks about the place called hell. You don't want to go there. So I'd rather be in heaven at the end of my life. So put your faith and your trust in him, and everything else is going to work out. But for here on earth, you got to work. You got to put hard work into it. And to have anything, you got to work. There ain't nobody going to give you nothing. So where do I go on vacation? Christian said, I go about anywhere. Sometimes we go to Florida. Sometimes we go to Missouri, Branson, Missouri. We're in central Arkansas is where we're at. But sometimes we go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I don't know. That's about it. We don't go too many places. What made me live stream? I just started live streaming. I've been doing it for a while. I didn't do it last week, but just decided to live stream and been showing what we're doing working, but I'm taking a little break. Got my hands dirty and sitting here answering questions. What's my motivation? Sit here and talk to y'all guys, I guess. Yep, sit here and visit, talk to y'all guys. Yeah, that's a dirt track car. We've done a lot of work on it. We got another race car over there. I'll show you in a minute. Nicholas said to have anything we need to work hard, but we can't take it with us. You got that right. Eric is from Germany. Good to have you in here from Germany. Ray says, wish you the best. Appreciate it. Lightning Wolf says, street stock. I take it. Well, yeah, it could be a street stock. It could be a factory stock. It could be a pure stock. It could be about anything so far. Tony, Hot Rod Garage, said, I miss dirt track racing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Is there any dirt tracks close to you up there where you're at there, Tony? Hello from the Philippines, Yonel said. Good to have you from the Philippines, right here in the middle of America. I was thinking you were from Wisconsin, aren't you there, Tony? Victor is from Long Island. Be from the New York State. Good to have you in here. North Coast HVAC says, what's up? Well, it's right now it's pretty good. Tony said used to be It was a 3/4 mile shut down 2011. Okay, North Coast HVAC, Oregon in here. Okay, good to have you. Not many have a reclining chair in their garage. Only goes to show how old school you are. Love it. That's right. Gotta love some recliners in the shop. Okay, Prescott, Arizona. I couldn't remember where you was from there, Tony. I've never been to Arizona. I've been to New Mexico. I've been to Colorado. Been all over, but I've never been there. Victor said, where am I at? I am in Arkansas. Central Arkansas. Lightning Wolf said, I still have to go to a dirt racing event I'll be doing next year, hopefully. Well, good deal. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, appreciate that, Tony. I like to have a good chair in my shop. Appreciate it there, Ray. Have a good one, and jump back in any chance you get there, Ray. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We sure appreciate it. Tony said our little track was fun. Good fast track. We ran super stock. Oh yeah. That was a fun little class. We used to have a super stock. This here is more factory stock. JB's little shop's in there. I see him. Good to have you. Those World of Outlaw events, yeah, those are pretty wild, either the late models or the sprints. Thank you there, Ray. Appreciate it. Comments coming so fast I can't hardly read them. Salem, Indiana. Good to have you in here. Where it's at, Salem, Indiana. Everybody that's ever been by race to Salem. I have been through Salem, Indiana. I don't know that I've ever raced there. We may have. We used to travel all over the country racing. I can't remember if we raced to Salem or not. Crypto Billy says, we sure appreciate it. Appreciate it there, Jason. Give us the tour of the Camaro. Okay, we will in just a second. We race super dirt late models. Okay, cool deal. I've worked on them. It's been 25 years ago, close to 30 now, but used to travel all over the country doing that with dirt late model Hall of Famer Wayne Brooks and Larry Shaw race cars. It was in the L51 car back in the day. We won a few races. Didn't win a bunch, but we won a few. What tracks are in Michigan? There's a few. I'm not real familiar with Michigan. Have you ever raced at Wynn County Speedway here in Ohio? I don't know that I have. I've been to Eldora, but I don't know about Wynn County Speedway. Been to Eldora Speedway though. Yeah. No, we didn't win the World 100. That would have been nice. Auto City Owasso. Okay. I can't hardly read them, but Merritt Speedway. I could sit here and start naming speedways off, but I can't remember them all. It's like I say, it's been 25, 30 years. Tony said there's one old video of my channel of our old super stock. Oh yeah? Pretty cool. Dirt Track World Championship that used to be at Pennsboro Speedway. Pennsboro, that was a cool old track. Had a couple of bridges on it. Pretty wild. The three straightaway track. Had a diamond shape. Big old track. Pretty narrow though. Eric the Great says, good luck out there. Appreciate it. Gordon Shue says, hi. Appreciate you jumping in here. Jason says, my nephew just raced at Buxton in Canada. Okay, I've never been to Canada. We raced at Minot Speedway in Minot, North Dakota. Was up there for a week one winter, one September, not winter, but August or September or something like that. Minot Speedway, I think it was. Minot, North Dakota. That pretty good little trip. Is the Camaro a Howell car? No, it's just a home built hobby car, dirt factory stock. Basically all it is. It's nothing special. Just a home built car. I'll get it turned where you can see it. Just got an old 9-inch floater under it. There's a piece of plexiglass laying in it, but it's nothing to brag about. Hers are modified. It's a B mod basically. So this is a little 2-barrel 358. Basically all it is. Nothing special. 480 lift cam, Vortec heads, 500 Holly. So nothing special. Just like I say, an old factory stock hobby car. I have got something on my lens. Y'all bear with me. Alright, that looks better. Okay. Yeah, we had to pull the gear out of this. Burn the gear up. But there's the gear. Got a little rash on the back side right there, as you can see. That's what happens when you run low on grease. Or, as some people say, oil. We say it always in here. Gear oil, gear grease, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's a 529 gear. That's what that is. 529. Shawnee 111 says it's cool, I like it. Jason says IMCA car. Basically, what it was an old jet modified. Tyler says I got to see an old dirt track car once. One of the front hubs were bigger than the other for some reason. Yeah, that's the old style where they used to put a rear 3/4 ton hub. They would weld it on to the right front and have a great big hub on the right front. In the old days, they would do that thinking that it was stronger, and wasn't necessarily. I mean, it was stronger, but wasn't no sense in it. It's a lot of extra weight. Jason said 583 gear. No, it was a 529 is what it was. That's what that is. We run Batesville Motor Speedway with it. Yeah, there's a different one. The one right here beside me is a Shaw car, 2013 Shaw. Eric the Great says, what state am I in? We are in Arkansas. We are. Neil says, hey boss, do you rebuild old classical cars? No, don't rebuild old cars. We work on old race cars, but that's about it. Tyler says, thank you. JB says, just want to say I appreciate the info on the 500 Holly. Yep. Yes, sir. Anything you need, if I can help you out some more, whatever, if I can, or whatever. Jason says, thanks for the tour. Love it all. Well, appreciate it. We just know just an old shop. We ain't got much anything that's worth much, but we just, what we got, we have fun with. Uh, it a lot of just old used stuff. We can't afford anything new. But love that modified that it's a B mod. Our rules. Our rules. We were running. I think it's USRA Midwest mods, but they changed the rules and going to Power I B mod class this year, the next year. So we got to change a couple things, but nothing major. Sean E says, show us your heating device or heating outfit. Well, that right over there is a gas furnace, natural gas furnace, but it's coming out. It messed up on us. It's no good this year. We've got a little wood stove over there. We'll probably use it. Jason says races are won in the shop. That's right. You can win them and lose them in here. That's the way it goes. A lot of times you got to get it. Once you get it up and rolling, you got to get out and start testing things, see what you got to do. See what's right, what ain't, what you got to change, what you got to fix. There's all the time something. Never ending when you got a race car. Never ending. Where Jason, where do y'all run y'all's late model at? Why everything's so untidy? Well, it's probably because it's just an old shop. It ain't nothing nice. We don't make money out of here. We just play. Jason said Michigan and some in the South. Okay. Is Morawski. Boy, I'll get it out here in a minute. Morawski. Okay. Fairbury. Okay. I think I've been there. It's been years ago. Stephen says, any tips on how to stay positive? Read the Bible and get close to the Lord Jesus Christ and you'll get positive. That's about all I can say about that. Don't let things get you down. Problems are going to happen. Things will happen. No telling what's going to take place, but I can tell you, problems will happen in life, and if you let them get you down, and if you let that determine your life, you'll never get over it, and you'll always stay in that rut. But if you'll get out of that rut and start putting your focus forward and not looking at the problems or the things that was in the past and start looking to things in the future, you'll start seeing things a lot different. But it's hard to do it without the Lord Jesus Christ on your side. So have him in your heart. He has videos on YouTube. Matt Morawski, 09, Merritt Speedway, and Tri-City. Okay, we'll try to look that up. Matt Morawski, is that the channel name you say? Shawnee said, yes, sir. Stephen says, copy that. Thank you. Keep your head up. Don't let things get you down. Ireland Sons is, you know Danny Salisbury? Nope, I never heard the name. NA says, hi. Good to have you in here. Okay, Jason says, that's my nephew. Okay. Well, I'll try to look that up. I may forget it, but go on my last short video when you hop off of here and make that comment of where that name is at, and I'll try to go and check that out. So we'll see what we can do. Lucas Moat says, good morning, watching from Papua New Guinea. Okay, well, glad to have you all the way from New Guinea. Appreciate you jumping in. It's late. It's 7:30 at night here. So Walker Tree says, what are all the pipes for? That's that was my old heating system. I've got to pull that out. My furnace went junked on me. So Sean E says, my dad was a mechanic and your shop looks great compared to some shops I've seen. Well, appreciate it. Some people like to get on here and poke fun, and you know, most of the time I let them go through one ear and right out the other. I've seen some pretty rough shops in my life. So what was my thoughts on Scott Bloomquist? He was good. He worked hard. He was one of the true racers, if you will, back in the day when you had to work on your own stuff. And you know, he had a little bit of backing that helped him, and he worked hard at it. And I hate what come out about that, but that is what it is. 10:30 in the morning there in New Guinea. Appreciate it, Lucas. That's interesting to know. Somebody can be at 10:30 in the morning across the world, and it'd be 7:30 at night here. So pretty interesting. Said that's right. He was an innovator. Yeah, he definitely was. The guy we ran with, I worked with him for several years. We still work with him some. He come help us on this a little bit. It's modified. My old buddy Wayne Brooks. He's in the Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame out there in Kentucky. He ran the UFO car for years. We ran the L51 car for a few years. We ran late models and modifieds, and but he was an innovator as well. A lot of things got built because of him, and some things got DQ'd, and I guess you call it not necessarily DQ'd, but IMCA outlawed V6 cars in IMCA because of Wayne Brooks. And so that's why weight limits become a deal for IMCA cars and all of that. Yeah, back in wedge car days, yeah, Wayne, he drove those too. He was actually even before the wedge cars. He was driving late models like this old Camaro over here. That's how far back he was. So let's see. Shawnee said my dad has a 67 GTO. You couldn't hold the steering wheel for the shaking. Got beat one time, 67 CUDA, and on his trunk lid was painted "Color Me Gone." Yep. Pretty neat. It's hard to beat them old cars back in the day. Yeah, it'd be neat. I don't know that they'll ever go back to that style, but it might be that a person, you know, if a few people got together with some older model, or even some new model, late models, but maybe go back to some of the old tech that they had, you know, and just straight up valve shocks, make them run a you know, a squared up front end, not the all jacked up like they got now. Uh, yeah, some of them ran big blocks, but Bob Pierce did. Uh, Bob Pierce ran big block there for a while. Uh, they had 3 links, yeah. Some of them before that they ran leaf springs. About every car out there had a leaf spring on it, and but I think they could take and build a vintage late model class, and I think it would be pretty awesome. Uh, Paul said hi. Appreciate you jumping in, Paul. We just in here just chatting tonight. Yeah, 3-link or truck arm suspension. Some of them did that. Shawnee said high 8s was fast for that period of time. You got that right. High 8s was real quick for them old heavy cars, them old big motors in them. We just pedaling out here in the shop tonight, Paul. Shadow Band. What are the little cars that run motorcycle engines called? Some of them are called Legends. That has the full fenders and all that. Looks like old antique cars. Those are called Legends cars, but the ones that look like modifieds are called Mod Lights. Jason said my brother has a Leaf car built by Charlie. Car a lot of feature wins. Yep, car has a lot of feature wins. Yep, pretty neat deal. Paul says I'm 71. Well, good to have you in here. If y'all don't mind, if you're sitting here watching, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button while you're watching. We sure appreciate it. T. Holland says, you ever raced at Outlaw Speedway? I haven't yet. Well, let me take that back. Outlaw, isn't that in Siloam Springs? If it's Siloam Springs, I've been there. But I just, there's too many racetracks in my mind right now. I'm pretty sure that's Siloam Springs, and yes, I have been there. It's been close to 30 years ago, almost, well, 29 years ago. Good to have you in here. Okay. Bad little 93 Mustang. Jason said it's a Swartz car. Okay, yeah. Oh, Stone County, Mississippi. No, I've never been there. I've heard about it. I've heard Chase Holland and them boys down there racing. I see your name. The name has Holland. I didn't know if you might be kin to them or not, but I know there's a racetrack down there that they have ran at a time or two. My name is Shane from South Illinois and Bigfoot and abandoned living in Shawnee Forest, and we can't stand Chicago. Well, sometimes that happens. T. Holland says it's a newer track, but now it's got new owners and a new name, and it's on South Mississippi. Okay. Is it difficult to time a 4.0 motor in a Ford Explorer? I really don't know. I've never done it, so I can't help you on that. Joe King says, how's the S10 doing? We got it out. We ran it. We went to Soxton, Missouri. Go back the last long format video or one or two videos back, you'll see what we did there with that S10. We won the burnout competition with it. So all that's on that video. I think you'll like it. Because Scott says the camshaft sensor went bad. Okay. Yeah, those are going to do that at times, and I don't know that much about it. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't really know there, Paul. But yeah, we took it to Saxton up at Skelton Raceway, Saxton, Missouri, and raced. We ran it down the track a few times, but we did the burnout competition and won in that. What is the best thing for valves that rattle? Either adjust them, or you may have to look into your camshaft, maybe getting worn a little bit. I see Chris in there off on the burn. I think my canoe valve is clogged up to thingamajig, and that's what is wrong with the whatchamacallit. Well, sometimes that happens, you know. Sometimes you have to take that gollywhopper and knock it around a little bit, and then your thingamajig will work like it's supposed to, kind of like a whatchamacallit. So, what about squeaky leaf springs? I don't know. You probably, best thing to do on that, pull them apart, and if you can get some, either get some new leaf springs or oil everything up and put them back together. Got that right there, Chris, on the barn. Yeah, I guess I'm not understanding what you're saying. She was raised 10 and quarters. Not really understanding what you're saying. Yeah, if the long living king cobra, if it's the front and rear, if it's the front and rear bushings in that, you can probably swap the bushings out and just put new bushings in, or like I say, just pull them apart, put some grease in there, and put it back together. Shawnee says, I've got a 04 Silverado 4.3, 240,000 miles, Mobile 1, container Lucas, and auto support, constant straight antifreeze, never changed the water pump in 57 years. Well, sometimes that happens. I don't really know there, Bobby Max. Nope, don't love Muhammad. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. A Christian here. Connect that furnace this century. It's coming out. It's not. It's junk. 50-50 antifreeze is a no-no. Yeah. Good deal. Appreciate it there, Joe King. Paul said he drives a, there you go, Total Tech. Paul said he drives a '07 Silverado 1500 5.3. Scotty Free said hi. Appreciate you jumping in here. That D1RT, all them other numbers, subscribed. Appreciate you. Tavers Trip says, what's up? Appreciate you. We just in here chatting tonight. Cameron, 5.3. Motor because 4 mile V8, can't doing at the first oil pressure, but now it's got low pressure, changed filter. If it's 5.3 and you lose an oil pressure, it's more than likely the O-ring on your oil pump pickup. You have to pull your oil pan off, change your oil ring on your oil pan, your oil pump pickup. That's more than likely what's wrong. You can change your sensor, but if you're still getting oil pressure but just low, change, pull your oil pan off, pull your pickup tube off, go get you a new oil ring to put on there. If you can get the green one, that's good. A new one is better, but if you can get the green one, that's the best one to use. So change that out, grease it up real good, pop it back in, put your bolt everything back up, you should be fine. I drive a C6 6.0 liter. That's pretty cool. Sean E says 5.3 good motor, 3,800 oil change intervals. Yep, that's the key to a long-lasting motor. Is changing your oil frequently and using good oil and a good filter. Sean E says rubber O-ring. Yes, use you go to a parts store and tell them what you have. You need the new O-ring for the pickup tube off of the oil pump, and they'll know exactly what you're after. Yep, got to pull the oil pan off of it to do it. I've done it before on others. It can be done. If it's a four-wheel drive, it's going to be a little work. How to keep it from hitting Christians? Probably just keep it off the road. Get your life right with Jesus Christ, and you can have heaven as your home instead of hell at the end of life. Joe King, we had a tragedy in Tennessee with an ammunition plant. Prayers for anyone, families. Yep, sure enough, that's a pretty bad deal out there, I can tell you that. Yeah, that four-wheel drive, pulling that oil pan off is a tough job. So just take it to a shop and get that oil. That probably, if you're not really good mechanically inclined, it's the best thing to do is take it to a shop and have them do it. They'll put a new oil pan gasket on while they're at it. So yes, prayers for Tennessee, for the loss out there. 01 Silverado, 400,000 miles, major engine work. Yeah. Also pressure Just popping up, low oil pressure, turn off vehicle now. Shawnee says these new cars, the engineers have figured out how to keep antifreeze from mixing with oil, exhaust, somehow. I don't know. Cameron says have a good night. Old school. Bless you with safe tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, hey. Got to look at something here. Y'all just bear with me. Hang on. Y'all bear with me. I got to check something out. Let's see. Well, I'll get this thing back in the holder here. Sorry, y'all, I've had to mess with my phone a minute. That's a 7.3 right there. That's a 302 Ford. That is a 305 Chevrolet. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, that's 7.3. I've got the heads back over there. I got to work on them a little bit. And see if I can't work on them a little bit. See if I can't get them to where I can get them bolted back on. I got a couple valves that's iffy on it, so I got to check them out. 305. Yeah, that's just a pretty standard old engine. They'll just keep on running. 305, 302, and 318 were the workhorses of the 70s, but lacked real power. Yeah, they weren't powerhouses, but they'd get you where you needed to go. That's mainly all they were for. They was just a little bit more power than the old 6-cylinders that they had. The 256 cylinder Chevrolet or the 300 Ford 6-cylinder. That's a good little motors, don't get me wrong, but the Slant 6 Dodge, they was all real good motors, but they just weren't they weren't loaded up with horsepower. Same way with the V8s, but the V8s just sounded better. Yeah, 302 is a good little motor. 305 was a good motor. The Windsor's was, the 351 Windsor's probably one of the best motors. Now, if you really want to get down to probably the best motor Ford ever made was probably the 306, the inline 6. So, the Coyote motors, I heard they're pretty good motors. The early models had valve problems. They would swallow the valves because the valves were actually too small for the seats, and they get them wound up and running after a while, they'd swallow the valves. So they'd have to go back in, redo everything, put bigger valves in them to make them fit the holes. I think the valves were something like 30 or 40 thousand smaller than the seats. So they were just barely seating from the factory. So, yeah, I don't know what a 317 is. I've never seen that. Do I have COVID? No, I've had COVID, but I'm fine right now. Hope you don't have COVID. Slant 6 is indestructible. Yep. Agree on the 306, and I'm a Chevy guy. The other 306, I don't know what it was. That was perfect little old inline motor. They was good all around motors. They wasn't again, they weren't race car motors, but you put them in a truck or a car or whatever, and it just run and run. As long as you keep oil changed on it, they just keep going. And they were pretty good little pickup motors. Yeah, yes, sir. I had an old Ford with a straight 6. It had over 400,000 miles. Yep, they will keep going as long as you keep the oil changed in them. Yeah, I had a 90 model Ford, 90 or 91 model Ford, 4-wheel drive. Had a 4-speed transmission in it with a 306 on it. Good old truck. Wound up trading that off for a Dodge 3/4 ton with a extended cab. It was a 90 model Dodge, matter of fact. It was a 91 Ford, but a 87 Ford. That's what it was, 87 Ford. And 306, fuel injected, 4-speed, 4-wheel drive. And then had traded that for a 90 model 90 model Dodge 3/4 ton, extended cab, long bed with 360 in it. I guess it had the whatever overdrive transmission them had. I guess that's a 904, I ain't for sure. It had a push button on the dash. You could turn your overdrive off. I remember that. It was a throttle body 360 in that truck. Good old truck. Drove that thing for many miles, being an old Dodge fuel injection truck. Roy's Toy says, missed my 76 Sierra. Yeah, I had an 05 Chevrolet Silverado crew cab short bed. I really liked it. Does it use regular premium blinker fluid? It uses the green kind. When it hits the light, when it squirts on the lens, it turns yellow. It turns amber. So, but it goes back and it recycles back into itself. It turns green again. Then when it sprays on the lens, it turns yellow. Do I hunt? I did when I was young, but not anymore. Trans was a 518 or a 727 with an overdrive unit hanging off the back of them. Yeah, more than likely was. I really don't know. If it didn't turn the overdrive off, it would just shift out and hit overdrive and go on. But you could turn it off. It's pretty neat old truck. I like it. Your horn don't work no more. Well, you probably need to put that 70 weight horn oil in it and stop using that 30 weight. So, do I change after every 10,000 blinks? No, usually about after 8,000, because if you don't, your blinker bearings will wear out, and it's pretty tough to change those out. After about 100,000 blinks, you'll have to change your blinker bearings. Need to change them out every 8,000. Shawnee said he had fun. Appreciate you jumping in here. Chris Davis said 10-4 hand. Appreciate you. Want to throw a match on the fire. What do I think about death fluid? I hate it. Just put it that way. I don't have a vehicle with it, but where I work at, I have to use it on my equipment that I run a heavy equipment, and I have to run that death fuel in. It ain't no good. Bogart Minger says, something, I can't read that name. Seriously though, I have a friend with an '08 Saturn Vue 2.4. The steering module is going out and the mechanic can't find one. What should we do? Jump the thing. Saturn Vue. Probably just keep looking in the salvage yards, and if there's not new ones out there to be had, start combing YouTube and see if there's a way you might be able to figure out how to go around it, figure something else out, make something new, redesign it, make it to where you can use it. If it's something that can be changed out, put something different on it. Take it all out and change it out. Yeah, that DEF fuel is, it's no good. It's basically ammonia nitrate soaked in water. It's no good. It corrodes everything up. If you don't keep your tank full, it corrodes everything up, and then they have to change the pump out. It's just a money grab, and some of them idiots up there in the elites of the world that think they've got everything figured out, basically all they're doing is figuring out how to get money out of your pocket. So that's just another way to get money out of your pockets. Yeah. I think old Doug's showing up. Let's see. We've been on here almost 2 hours. Been on here about an hour and a half, I think. Let's see what we got. I can't read. Just dropped my phone. Y'all hang on. I got to put my spectacles on. Anybody have to wear their spectacles? Alright, I've been on here an hour and a half, 41 likes. Appreciate that, everybody. If y'all don't mind, hit that thumbs up if y'all are in here. And that really does clean the exhaust, but at the cost of horsepower. Yeah, you got that right. It don't pan out. It does keep exhaust from blowing black, but that's about it. But yeah, we're gonna get around here. Been on here about an hour and a half. We got some things we got to get done, and old Doug showed up.
I'm here, running a little late.
We're running a little late, but hey, late's better than never.
Right.
But yeah. We going to get around here and probably hop off. Like I say, been on here an hour and a half. We got to get to doing a couple things here. Join back in with us next Monday night. next Monday. If everything goes right, we'll be in here 6:30, 7-ish Central Time. It's hard to say, but we'll be in here sometime or another, because last week things went on. I wasn't able to be out here, but appreciate it there, Tony. We're from Central Arkansas. That's where we're from. We're going to try to put that thing out front as soon as we get it out and rolling. It's going to take us a minute. We got a few bugs to work out of it, but we'll get it there. But anyway, y'all hit that subscribe button if you're watching. We appreciate you. Go back and watch some of my older stuff, some of our videos. The last video we put out, we had a burnout competition, took the S10, and won the burnout competition. Look at there. There's the trophy. There's what's left of the tire. It was about ready to blow. It was actually going flat. As soon as I was pulling off of the burnout pit, they blew the whistle because they saw a little fire under the hood. And Scotty Free said, hello.
Hey, Scotty. How are you?
So, but yep, we had a little fun making hair out of that. That right there is pretty thin. Ain't much left of it. But yep, that's our trophy. So, 2025 burnout competition winner. So, yes, Scotty, Doug said hi.
Doing good.
Good deal.
Good deal. Been a minute. He come see us sometime or another. Hang out a little while. Give us some pointers.
Yep. Yep, I bet he can do that.
Yep.
Yep, we need to know how to put hot rod motors in Vegas and stuff.
Right.
If we can stuff a small block in a S10, we can put a motor in about anything.
Yep.
So we appreciate it, Eddie. Roy's Toys. Who pulled it off? Well, we all kind of worked on it and got it all done. I was driving it during the burnout, but you can go back, like I say, and watch that video. You'll enjoy it, and you'll see we had a lot of fun there. We went to Lambert's and ate, had a good meal there, and all that kind of good stuff. So, but anyhow, we're gonna get off here. We hate to leave all y'all in here. We got 44 in there right now, but we sure do appreciate everybody for jumping in. We got some things we got to get done. Got to hit the road for a minute and get to rolling, and we'll be back with you again here next Monday. Be looking. I've got a little video coming out. It's on the members list right now. If you're a member, you can watch it. But if you're not a member, you got to wait for it to come off of all the members to see it, and then I'll put it over on the regular watch list. But it'll probably be out more than likely Wednesday on the regular watch list. So, but if you want early access, jump in there and hit that members list. Be a member of the channel, and I think you'll like the extra quick videos, I guess you could say. You get to watch them first. So anyway, we appreciate y'all. This is Russell here, Outfits Garage, saying God bless you. Jesus loves you. And Outfits Garage always saying, keep a hammer.